Hello everybody, my name is Ben, and today we're going to open up a brand new 4-color commander deck. I picked up Breya because, well, I actually have a good part of the land base for this deck. I actually have a land base for all the decks, to be honest with you. Major reason I picked her up is there's some exclusive cards in here I really want, like Magus of the Will. Anyway, let's open this up and take a look at what's inside. The cool thing about this new set is a lot of the, well, you get new commanders, and the commanders that have partner, they decided to give us all foiled versions of them. Now, in previous years, what they did is they would just give you your oversized foiled card and then a regular old not foiled commander. But this year, they decided to give us foiled commanders instead. So this is the oversized card. I guess these are neat. I've got a few of them just laying around. I don't ever use them. And let's take a look inside here. Alright. Here we go. There's Breya on the front. In terms of value, I haven't looked at what the values are right now. Like before these decks were released, the estimated value of each of at least this deck was actually the highest. It's sitting at, I've seen anywhere from like $99 to $106 on the high end. So I have a feeling, excuse me, that a lot of the cards in this set, the values have dropped. Not a lot, I'm sure, but enough to really affect the overall value of the deck. But either way, I really enjoy this product. Gives you a lot of good stuff that you need for Commander. A lot of mana rocks. Some cards that you really can't get anywhere else. And yeah, just some unique mechanics. But anyway, our first card is Breya herself, followed by, let's see, Akari Lineslinger. He's a 0/3 for, a white and a red, and he gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. So, that's kind of cool, I guess. You just build nothing but red-white artifacts again, and pop them out and swing large. I think he'd be pretty fun as a Voltron deck. It's interesting that he's also an ally. In fact, there's 2 allies in this deck, or partners rather. Bruce Troll Borsch Herder. He's a 3/3 for 4, and when he enters the battlefield or if he attacks, he gives something double strike and lifelink. Let's see. Target creature you control gains double strike and lifelink until the end of the turn. Okay, I guess. I know a lot of people weren't too excited about him. And then we have Silas Wren, Seeker Adept. He's a 2/2 for 3. Legendary artifact creature. He's a human, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, choose an artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card until the end of the turn. This guy's really neat. You get some graveyard recursion with him. Alright, so those are the foiled cards that I was talking about, the partner cards, where any commander or any legendary creature that you that has partner, you can have more than one. So if I were to buy another 4-color deck, I could pair Silas Wren with, like, I guess there's that red-green elf creature. You could partner both of those and make a red, blue, black, green deck. So everything but white. that would be interesting to see. But like, I guess that's another cool thing about this set is that with the partner mechanic, you're just kind of opened up to a lot of combinations and different types of decks that you can build. Whether or not they're any good, who knows? I haven't actually played around with this deck, but I've seen some of my friends, they've bought it out of the box. They seem really fun, especially the Yidris deck. That's a pretty powerful deck out of the box. Rather annoying too, especially if you put a Possibility Storm in there. I don't know why, I just really dislike that card. Let's see, we got tokens, so not anything really interesting. Bird tokens, blue Thopters, and birds. Oh, and there's mirrors on the other end. Gee, I wonder what's in this deck. Let's see. Mirror Retriever, he's a 1/1 for 2. When he dies, return a artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Let's see. Valdican Engineer, you could tap it to add 2 mana to your mana pool. Spend it only to activate or cast artifact abilities. An artifact mana dork? Okay. Ethereum Sculptor. He's a 1/2 for 2, and artifacts cost 1 less to cast. Let's see. Oh, hey, look. Baleful Strix. They printed it at an uncommon, yet in Eternal Masters it's a rare. Okay. Okay. Some things I just don't get, like Wizards in Eldritch Moon printed Murder at the uncommon level and then reprinted it again in Conspiracy 2 and printed it as a common. And it was originally a common from M13, so I don't know. Ooh, here's a card that I was really looking forward to. Trinket Mage. It's a 2/2 for 3, and when you put it out, you can go fetch up your Soul Ring or anything else that you have in your deck that's like 1 or less. It's pretty good. Like it. Let's see. Edged Oracle. I guess that's pretty good at a 4-color deck. It has Sunburst, so it comes out with 1/1 counters on it for each color of mana that you tapped or you played to cast this card. And then I think you pay 1 and you can remove the 1/1 counters from it to draw 3 cards. Okay. I mean, I get why it's there, but not great. Let's see. Sanctum Gargoyle. It's a 2/3 for 4 artifact creature gargoyle. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. It's not great. Let's see. Everflowing Chalice. It's 0 with multi-kicker 2, and you can add colorless to your mana pool for however many times it's been kicked. And look at that, it's got the waste symbol now. Oh man. In case you guys didn't know, you know, that it makes waste. Not colorless, waste. Because that matters now. Skull Clamp. If you don't know what this does, you haven't been playing Commander very long. It's an equipment, and equipped creature gets +1/-1, and when it dies, draw 2 cards. So if you're playing tokens and you make 1/1s, you just throw this right on there and draw some cards. Lots of value. Let's see. Soul Ring. You tap it for 1, or you pay 1, you tap it, add 2 to your mana pool. It's pretty good. It's a pretty solid card. There's a crazy format. I guess it's a regular format. I mean, some people play it's French. You can't play a Soul Ring. I mean, I don't know. One of my buddies, he never plays Soul Ring, and he says that he doesn't like Soul Ring because it's kind of dirty and you get out of control pretty quick. Which, yeah, I've played games where you play that Soul Ring turn 1, and then turn 2 you're playing your commander if it costs 4. And when you're playing Gonti, that's really powerful. Let's see. Dispeller's Capsule. It's an artifact. costs a white. You can pay 3, tap it and sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. I guess it matters because it's an artifact. Let's see. Executioner's Capsule. Same thing, only in black, and you pay 2, and you sacrifice it, destroy target non-black creature. Okay. Cranial Plating. Alright, that's there for obvious reasons. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control, and I think it has equipped 2, but you can attach it for double black. And for those of you not familiar with attach means you can do it at instant speed, so it's in certain situations it's pretty good, especially when you're responding to a block or something, and you have it. If you already have it on the field, you can just attach it at instant speed and make whatever it's blocking die, or I guess, I don't know. It's one of those. I think for like playing Legacy, you would swing with a 0/1. And then to get around a snaring bridge, and then as it's swinging around, then you would attach it, and then that gets around the whole you can't attack thing. I don't know. I played Legacy maybe twice. No, I've played it like 3 or 4 times, and that was a very stressful deck to play. I think it was Artifacts, something like that. It had Vault Scourge and bunch of other weird stuff in it. Felwar Stone, cost 2. You could tap it to add any color of mana to your mana pool that an opponent could produce. So I guess as long as you're playing with somebody who doesn't have green, or they're playing green plus something else, you're not going to be short on your colors. Ichor Wellspring, it's pretty good. Put it out for 2, draw a card. And then if you have an artifact sack outlet, you just throw it right in your graveyard and draw another card. Love it. I played it in my Marchesa deck, where I would play with things like Marchesa, or not Marchesa, Duretti. I would play that, downtick Duretti, sack it, draw another card, get value from it. It was really good. Let's see. Microsense Wellspring. When it comes into the battlefield, you put a land in your hand, and then when it goes to the graveyard, put another one into your hand. It thins out your deck. It's okay. Don't hate it. Don't like it either. Swiftfoot Boots. Where's the Lightning Greaves, guys? Really? You printed it in the 2015. Why not print it again? I mean, it's still a $5 card. It's great, but $5 for an uncommon. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, Thopter Foundry. That's a card everybody wants. It's hybrid white-black and a blue. You can pay 1, sacrifice a non-token artifact, create a 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature token. With flying, you gain 1. Gee, if only I had Sword of the Meek. If only. Let's see. Commander Sphere. 3, tap it, add any color to your mana pool of your colors of your commander's identity. You could sacrifice it, draw a card. What's there not to like about a mana rock that draws you a card when it's done? Let's see. Loxodon Warhammer. Okay, they downshifted the rarity on the Warhammer again. So before it was a rare. It was originally an uncommon. Then they reprinted it in Commander as a rare, and now it's been reprinted again, but this time as an uncommon. Okay. Well, anyway, it gives +3/+0, trample and lifelink. Pretty good. It's good on anything, pretty much. Let's see. Grip of Phrexus. It's 2 and a blue. Gain control of target equipment, and then create a 0/0 black germ token and attach that equipment to it. It's fun. I like the art. I think this is a sword of body and mind. Green, blue. I don't know. Still, really cool. Total Flavor Wind. Let's see. Ancient Evacuation. It's 2 and a black and a blue. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. Then discard a card for each card drawn this way. And it has basic land cycling for 2. Color fixing. Okay. A flip card. I guess this is an older one. It's Trial and Error. Trial says for a blue and a white, return all creatures blocking or blocked by target creature to their owner's hand. And Error is a blue and a black counter target multicolor spell. Okay. I guess this would be cool if you could cast both, but I don't think you can because of the older. Yeah. Not good. Whip Flare. Whip Flare deals 2 damage to each non-artifact creature. That's kind of cool, especially if you're playing against someone with tokens. There goes your token army. Parting Thoughts. Destroy target creature. You draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of counters on that creature. I think this is one of the new cards that they printed. 3 did destroy creature and draw some cards. Okay. You do lose some life, but sometimes it's worth it, especially when you're ahead. Migratory Route. Create 4 1/1 bird creature tokens with flying and basic land cycling for 2, and it's 3 in a white and a blue. Yeah. Okay. Armory Automaton. He's 2/2 for 3 artifact creature. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, you may attach any number of target equipment to it. This guy looks like a lot of fun, actually. Especially if you're playing with somebody that plays the swords or, pretty much anything, any other equipment that you really hate. You just throw him down and watch them target it, I guess. I don't know. Fuck around with them. You don't get to keep the equipment, by the way. Because it's still owned by them, but for a turn you can throw it on your creature and then they have to pay to get it back. And there are some things that you can do, like I guess if you had like a Kirkland Ironworks, you could steal it, then sacrifice it and add mana to your mana pool. Maybe? I don't know. I'm used to playing Marchesa. I'm not used to playing stealing artifacts stuff. And here's the card I was looking for. Magus of the Will. He's 2 in a black for a human wizard that says pay 2 in a black and tap him, sacrifice him, exile, you exile him, and then you may play cards from your graveyard as for this turn. So it's Yagma's Will on a stick. I wish I had $30 for the spell itself. I have a buddy who has it, but I don't know. I'd rather play this guy. He's fun. Not as good, but still good. Good. That's the thing about Commander, is you can play things that are good, and they're good in Commander, but not anything else, and sometimes they're just good, but not good for anything at all. And in fact, that's part of the fun of playing Commander, because you take stuff that looks good, and then you put it in, and then you see how it works, and it's good, but not always. So, yeah, at least that's how it works for me. I mean, that's what Commander is for me, is playing stuff that's good, and then seeing if it works, and then most of the time it doesn't work the way I want it to. So then I cut it for something else, and then I learn, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, Fairy Artisans. It's terrain of blue for a 2/2 fairy. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's an artifact in addition to all of its other types. Then exile all other tokens created with Fairy Artisans. Okay. It seems good. I think I actually played a game with somebody that had this out, and I somehow managed to steal it, so I was getting all the tokens, and it's okay. They have to play around it. Ooh, Curse of Vengeance. I don't know why they printed just one aura for this set. I mean, they could have printed some more and made it a little more interesting, but they just threw in this card, I guess, as a little joke. It's one black, and it says enchant a player. And when that player dies, you draw X cards and lose X life for each spike counter. You put a spike counter on them every upkeep. So, if you play somebody who's just dragging out the game and then you kill them and they're the only person you're playing against, you could probably end in a draw because of how many spike counters this has. It's kind of the reason I don't play Kothafed as my commander anymore. He's good, but if they get any kind of graveyard shenanigans, infinite loop kind of thing, you're just going to kill and mill yourself. So it's good, but not great. Coastal Breach is a sorcery. It's 6 and a blue. It has Undaunted, so it costs 1 for each opponent, and it says return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. So it's a fixed Cyclonic Rift. That's just what we need. Another Cyclonic Rift at sorcery speed. Good thing there's Vidalcan Orrery. Hey, I have that card. Oh boy. And it's actually kind of better because you could play, it's an artifact deck. Why wouldn't I play that? Holy crap. Alright, I think I just went into the mythics of the deck. Let's see, Sidri, Galvanic Genius. She's Esper, so white, blue, and a black, and she's a human artificer, and you can pay a blue. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost until the end of the turn. And white and a black, target artifact creature gains Death Touch and Lifelink until the end of the turn. Okay, well, seems cool. Someday I'll build that. Aethersworn Adjudicator. 4 and a blue for a Vidalcan Knight. There's a card you don't see every day. Vidalcan Knight. Let's see. He's a 4/4. He is flying, and for 1, a white and a black, you can tap him. Destroy target artifact or target creature or enchantment, and you can pay 2 and a blue. Untap Aethersworn Adjudicator. Free from the Unreal, maybe? I don't know. He's good-ish. Hey, there's a card I didn't expect to see. Soul of Newphryxia. It's a 6/6 for 6, and it has trample. And you can pay 5. Permanents you control gain indestructible to the end of the turn. And you can pay 5, exile it from your graveyard, and permanents you control gain indestructible until the end of the turn. So good. Especially with Buried Alive. You play that, throw it in your graveyard. If you don't reanimate it at any point, you can save yourself from a wrath. Holy crap, that's going in my black deck. Hellkite Tyrant. It's 4 and double red. It has flying and trample. It's a 6/5. And when it deals damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. Microsith Lattice plus Memnarch plus this Dirty. And I had somebody who played that deck. I know somebody who was playing that. Let's see, Shroom, the Hegemon, 3, and Esper for a 5/5 artifact Sphinx with flying, and when she enters the battlefield, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. Really good, really powerful. Like it a lot. Duretti, Hey, I was just talking about you, and you're a planeswalker in a precon commander deck. That's cool. +2, discard 2 cards, draw that many cards. -2, sacrifice an artifact. Return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. And -10 is you get an emblem. Whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. You know what's missing? Felden of the Third Way. Or Third Path, rather. Duretti, but not Felden. Duretti, but not Felden. Okay. Duretti's really good. I like him a lot. I wonder if they put Scrap Mastery in here. Why wouldn't they? I mean, it's Duretti. Chief Engineer is a Vidalcan Artificer for 2. He's a 1/3. Artifact spells you control or you cast have Convoke. You can't give us affinity? Affinity for artifacts? Come on. Slowbad, Goblin Tinkerer. Wasn't there a Master Tactician named Slowbad too? He's a 1/2 for 2. Sacrifice an artifact. Target artifact gains indestructible until the end of the turn. Okay, Blightsteel Colossus. Double indestructible. Shimmer Mirror. It is a 2/2 mirror for 3. It has flash. You may cast artifact spells as though they had flash. Pretty good. Master of Ethereum. 2 and a blue for a star creature that has his power and toughness is equal to the number of artifacts you control, and other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. He's an artifact lord. Hannah, Ship's Navigator, a human artificer for 1, a white and a blue for a 1/2, and she has 1, a blue and a white. Tap her, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah. Hey, Solemn Simulacrum. A 2/2 for a artifact creature, Golem, and when he enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. When he dies, draw a card. Very good. Like him a lot. Let's see. Jorah Kadeen, the Prevailer, 5/4 for 3, a white and a black, and a white and a red, and he has first strike, Metalcraft. Creatures you control get +3/+0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Okay. Sphinx Summoner for 3, a blue and a black, and it's 3/3 Sphinx. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and if you do, shuffle your library. Artifact Tutor. Very good. Godo, Bandit Warrior, Warlord. Okay. He's a 3/3 human barbarian legendary creature. When he enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card and put it onto the battlefield. If you do, shuffle your library whenever he attacks. For the first time each turn, untap it, all samurai you control, and all samurai you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Wizards. Why? That's some really weird tribal synergy you're trying to throw in here randomly. Hellkite Igniter is a 5/5 for 5 and double red, flying haste, and he gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn, or X is the number of artifacts you control for 1 in a red. Really expensive. Don't know if it'll ever actually get out and you get value from it. It's artifact fire breathing. Filigree Angel. It's 5 double white and a blue for an artifact angel. It has flying, it's a 4/4, and when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life for each artifact you control. Where's Karlov? Yeah, don't like it. Bone Horde. It's 4 for a artifact equipment that it's a living weapon. So when it enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 germ and attach this to it. And equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. It's good. Where's the Batterskull? Hey, look, Mere Battle Spear. A 4/7 for 7 that makes a bunch of mirrors. Yay. Nevril's Disc. It's 4 for an artifact that you pay 1 and you can tap it to destroy all creatures, enchantments, and other things except for planeswalkers. Oh, and it comes in tapped. Clockwork Omen? Tap 3 artifacts you control, untap target artifact, pay 1, Nevril's Disc right away? I guess that's threatening. Trading Post. I love this card. It's an artifact for 4, and you can pay 1. Discard a card, you gain 4 life. What's not to like? Pay 1, tap it, pay 1 life, create a 0/1 white goat. Play it, put equipment on it? Pay 1, sacrifice a creature, return target artifact target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. And you could pay 1, tap it, sacrifice an artifact, draw a card. It's a good thing we're playing artifacts. Blinkmoth Urn. Ooh, this is a fun card. It's an artifact for 5, and it says at the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase, if Blinkmoth Urn is untapped, that player adds colorless to his or her mana pool for each artifact he or she controls. That's good. It's kind of group huggy, I guess. Read the runes. X and a blue, draw X cards. For each card drawn this way, discard a card unless you sacrifice a permanent. Why? Trash for Treasure. Let's see, it's a sorcery, 2 and a red. As an additional cost, sacrifice an artifact. Return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Beacon of Unrest. Put target artifact or creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Shuffle Beacon of Unrest into its owner's library. That's a cool card. I could use it. Open the vaults. Return all artifacts and enchantment cards from all graveyards to the battlefield under their owner's control. Cool. Phyrexian Rebirth. It's 4 and a double white. Destroy all creatures, then create an XX colorless horror artifact creature token where X is the number of creatures destroyed this way. It's a board wipe, or it's a wrath with, but you get a creature. At least it's not route. And Exotic Orchard. Tap it, add mana, add to your mana pool 1 of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. It's Felwar Stone on a land. Isn't that cool? Grave Upheaval. It's 4 red and a black. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste. And it has basic land cycling for 2. And I think we're going into lands here. And these lands are actually pretty cool looking. They've all been... The art for these cards have been done by iconic artists, I think. Hold on. I got 4 planes. So, I really like these lands. Now, you know what would really surprise me is, like, you know, a year or so from now, they make a premium foiled commander deck. And all of the cards in that deck are completely foiled out. And instead of them giving us, you know, the regular art lands, they give us all full art lands. It'd be like $200 or something. Something ridiculous. I don't know if anyone actually buy that. But if it existed, we would buy it. It's Commander. And, I mean, they could create like a silly artifact or something that says foiled cards that you control get +1/+1. No, I think that's from Unhinged. Yeah, I don't make a whole lot of sense, do I? Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 islands. These are all really pretty. I just love the art on these cards. Let's see. What's his name? Mark Poole. All the art on the lands that he's done, they all have a shooting star in the background, which is kind of a neat little detail, but I don't know. You got 5 lands with 5 pitchers with 5 shooting stars. You could have done it once and that would have been better. But either way, it's... I like his lands a lot. Not to complain. I like Mark Poole. He's done some pretty cool cards like Balance. And Birds of Paradise. Everybody loves that card. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 swamps. And I got 2 Mark Poole swamps, which are really, really cool. Just look at that. That is so cool. So cool. Let's see. That's pretty cool too. Even better. Oh look, it's Mark Poole. And let's see, mountains. 4 mountains. All of them really cool. Why would you build your settlement right next to a volcano? Hindsight's 20/20, guys. Then again, you know, even in reality, we're not much better. We build next to volcanoes all the time. And the Mark Poole land. See, look, there's a star in the background. Let's see. That's all the basic lands. Now we're getting into the tap lands. For anybody who actually didn't get... Like, some of these